2. The secret part of your mind that makes all your decisions. In two minds? Your human mind is born into a duality, the conscious and unconscious parts of the mind. Though it is, of course, the same mind, and not physically divided into two distinct parts, although attempts have been made to do so, there is the generally accepted concept that these two aspects of mind have distinctly different functionality and purpose, and that one cannot exist without the other. The unconscious mind is all the memory, automatic behavior, instinctive reactions, intuition, artistic inspirations, future aspirations, and much more that we shall be examining in this how-to book, though it is also what quantum physicists refer to as the seat of the imaginal realm, i.e., the domain of all our imagination. This then gives us something of a dilemma. How are we to know what is real and what is imaginary when dealing with the representations from the unconscious mind, whether that be our own or another's? The perfect example to illustrate this is regression. I have experienced clients spontaneously regressing to help themselves regarding an issue. Sometimes this has been regression to an event within childhood or infancy, and sometimes beyond that. Though here we have a problem, well, a challenge of sorts. Can you feel your belief system kicking in yet? Oh, well now, we are into life and death and beyond, that which we can prove or even understand. Matters of faith and belief are where we disjoin ourselves. So put all that to one side for a moment and just remain interested. You do not have to believe or disbelieve anything, just be interested. I say, be willing, be interested, be successful in these endeavours to learn about your mind and other minds, and enjoy the process. In short, be wise. Beliefs, after all, are the end result of loads of processing of information before you know it to be true for you. There was a time we thought the earth was flat, and that women should not be sent out to work. I still have friends who will muse whether or not this second point still holds true today. I deal with regression all the time in my work, and it is truly fascinating. It must be pointed out here that an individual's consciousness many times has not intended this regression to happen, or even has been willing to experience it if suggested by the therapist. What information is real and can be investigated on the internet perhaps, compared to what is seemingly designed from deep within the unconscious to maybe present the consciousness with an appropriate metaphor to deal with the presenting problem, is sometimes difficult to quantify. Does it indeed even matter, as long as that individual benefits therapeutically from the experience? So, I know you do not consciously want to be fat, smoke your head off, be terrified of flying or spiders or buttons. Yes, buttons and even cotton wool, though your unconscious is driving that behaviour that leads you there, storing too much energy. Maybe you feel tired all the time, and your unconscious has been programmed to believe that eating more will give you more energy, when in fact an overburdened body can feel sluggish and tired. Maybe you feel stressed a lot of the time, and smoking is the only thing that calms you down and stops you running amok. Maybe you don't do much for yourself and focus much of your efforts on looking after others, with your unconscious mind having the belief that eating more means you are giving something to yourself, looking after yourself. Maybe Initiating the fight or flight response when you see a spider means you are keeping yourself safe, as you learn to be frightened of these tiny creatures the first time you saw a grown-up shout and stamp on one that was headed towards you as a baby. Whatever the message is that your unconscious has been programmed to keep replaying, you can no more stop that behavior consciously as you could stop your hand being pulled away from a hot flame. Your unconscious mind just reacts in order to 1. Keep you safe, and 2. Make you feel better. If it thinks feeling better equals eating more, you will continue to do so. If it thinks holding on to excess stored energy that you insultingly call fat, because that's what you've been programmed to do, is somehow serving you in some way, then it will slow down your metabolism and do all that it can to keep you from getting rid of that excess. If it thinks you will have a stroke or heart attack if you don't smoke anymore, then it will create the craving for a cigarette faster than you can say the words mumbo jumbo. The good news is that you can turn your unconscious mind from your apparent enemy into your best ally with the techniques in this book. What's more, you can help others and covertly encourage them to do what you want them to do. Hopefully, that means helping them in some way, so we can all enjoy this planet together more. Though how you use these techniques is up to you. It's your mind, your experience, your responsibility. There are ways to access your own and other people's unconscious minds to elicit behaviors that the conscious self may object to. On the plus side, this means you can help yourself and other folks stop smoking or stop doing all that stuff they say they don't want to do anymore, because they are doing it all unconsciously. Also on the plus side, in my opinion, as has been proved time and time again by stage hypnosis, you can get others to do things that their conscious mind would object to. Particularly if a stranger on first introduction begins a conversation with you by saying, "Well, you can't hypnotize me." It is all very, very interesting.